sorry. Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Pamela Mortensen and welcome. I really appreciate your presence here. Today we're going to learn two very basic components about circular breathing, what I call the spit and the sniff. So grab your didgeridoo and we'll get started. Okay, so before we start, I'm going to assume that you're pretty comfortable with your drone at this point. If you're not comfortable with your drone, then this may be a bit of a trick for you, trying to do two things at once, learning your drone and learning how to circular breathe at the same time. So if you don't feel quite comfortable with your drone yet, I would really strongly suggest that you get comfortable with that first before you try this process, because this is actually even though it's a simple process, it can be fairly tricky just because, well, I'll explain later why it could be tricky. So let's start with the spit. The spit is pretty much just going. So basically all you're going to do is just take a little pocket of air right here, like right around maybe the front part of your mouth, and you're just going to push it out using your cheeks, jaw, and tongue. Now, you're not going to be pumping your cheeks a whole lot. It's just going to be like the front part of your cheeks, right about here. So it's just basically going. You can see me dropping my jaw as I do this. So as I drop my jaw, the air comes in, fills up that pocket, and then I use everything to push it out. Okay. Now be warned, you're going to do a fair amount of fountain spitting on this. So everything within maybe a 3-foot radius is going to end up getting pretty wet. So when you put it on the didge, it'll sound something like this. When you get that tight sound, that's okay. Just go ahead and let it sound the way it needs to. Later on, when we start lengthening the spit and dropping it down into the drone, then it will start sounding a little more normal. But for now, just go ahead and let it sound tight. All right, so moving on to the sniff, it's pretty much just as you think it would sound, just sitting there going, okay, and that's it. This is really not the time to try to take a big tanker breath, because when we start adding things to it later on, you might run the risk of losing your drone if you try to take like a big tanker breath. So this is really not the time to do that. Just a very simple, very easygoing kind of sniff is all you need. So that's it. All right. So now going back to the spit, we're going to try a little exercise here. We're going to start like in a very rhythmic way, maybe about that fast. And what we're going to do is that we're going to spit on each one of those snaps. So here we go. 3, 4. Okay. So if you found that you were able to keep up with that, awesome. Okay. So what we're going to do next is that we're going to double time that. So we're going to have like 2 spits for each snap. So you'll sound something like this. Okay. Now, when you do this particular exercise, you're going to feel a lot of movement right here, right at the base of your tongue. And if you feel like you get tired pretty fast, which you probably will, because you're not quite used to doing this in such intensity, just go ahead and stop and then pick it up a bit later on. All right, so ready? Here we go. 3, 4. All right, sweet. Probably feel a little tightness right there. No, that's okay. Again, just like with feeling it in the root of your tongue, just go ahead and stop for a while and then pick it up a bit later on. Right now, we're just kind of developing all of these muscles, trying to get them all to work at the same time to get the air spit out so you can be able to breathe in through your nose. Now, as you did this exercise, you might have been aware that you may have been breathing in and out through your nose naturally. This is how easy this can be. What really hangs us up about circular breathing is 4 things. Being tense with it, trying to go for it, trying to think our way through it, and not staying patient with the process. So I'm going to give you 4 things to kind of maybe, hopefully, take care of those things. So be patient. You'll get it. Don't worry about it. It might take more practice for some than it will for others. Don't worry about it because it's not a race. I mean, you don't have to try to get it before anyone else. So stay patient, stay relaxed with it. Which brings me to point number 3. Don't try to go after it because I pretty much guarantee you that if you do try to go after it, it'll just go right out the window. And then number 4, like with number 3, don't think about it or try to think your way through it. Because if you do try to think your way through it, it's just like trying to push for it. Everything will just go right out the window. So, if you do happen to get a circular breath in there or sneak one in there, don't try to figure out what you did. Because like with everything else, that will go out the window as well. Once again, just stay patient, stay relaxed, try not to think your way through it. And try not to push for it. And you will get this thing. I guarantee you will get it. So anyway, that's about it for now. I know you probably wanted me to show you more, but for now, this is probably going to feel like enough. So if you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber yet, hit the subscriber button down below. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell too. So that way you know the next time I put a video out, you'll be the first to know. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you feel like you got something out of this video and want to see more content like it, there's 2 different ways that you can help support more of it. Way number 1 is through Patreon. Patreon is a monthly membership that you can opt into at either $1 a month or $5 a month. That monthly contribution helps keep me bringing the content to you on a more consistent basis. If you want to learn more about Patreon and what it is and how it works, I have a link below in the description. Way number 2, if you're not into the month-to-month thing or if it doesn't fit your budget, I also have a virtual tip jar on my own website where you can make a one-time contribution. You can find a link below in the description for that as well. And for those of you who have already made contributions, thank you so much. Your support means a whole lot. So thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. Thanks again, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay amazing. Bye-bye!